Welcome to the Style Center. I am your host, Asha Brister, and I am here with Chris Tucker. You can't know how on the edge and curious I am to get to know you on a personal level. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Okay,
asking.
you're welcome, and you look lovely, by the way. Your makeup and everything is glowing.
Thank you.
Can I
It's
ask who did your makeup?
absolutely Raven Shaw. She is a regular with me here at CTP, and she came in today to do my makeup for me.
Okay, well, shout outs to her makeup artist because her face is really beat. So, connections, people, connect, network, so you can get your face beat also. So, let's get more into you. Okay, so your name is Chris. Is that your real name or is that a nickname?
It is short for Crystal, but nobody calls me Crystal. Everybody calls me Chris. My family, my friends, everyone.
Okay, so let's get more into your element of what you do. So, are you a Memphis? Let me start off and ask: Are you a Memphis native?
Yeah, I'm from Memphis, born and raised.
Okay, so as a photographer, do you feel like you want to get out and expand and grow in other cities, or do you just want to stay local being in Memphis?
Well, no, absolutely. As a fashion photographer, I definitely want to expand to other cities. It is a goal to go out and shoot with different models, network outside of Memphis, but still, stay humble to home, of course.
Have you worked with anyone outside of Memphis, or have you been staying humble to home for now until you decide to expand?
No, I've absolutely worked with other people outside of Memphis. I've been to quite a few places. I was a flight attendant before I
Oh my
started my
God.
photography
Give me your
business, so
life.
it's
Give
giving
me your
me.
life. I have been trying for like the last few months to actually apply for a flight attendant job because it's actually something that catch my interest and you get to travel and network and connect with other people and I can't for the life of me get a flight attendant job.
Girl, keep trying. Look, it took me forever to get the first one I had, but the key is not to give up. Like, keep
Okay.
trying.
Yeah, definitely. That is the key.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me a few cities or places you have worked with outside of Memphis?
Yeah, I try to keep to the smaller cities, places that don't really have a fashion industry. We've been to Atlanta. It was a place in Georgia, and then Atlanta, of course. But other than those two cities, just with networking, just those two.
Okay, how was it like working outside of your element, like working outside of home, outside of Memphis? Was it a great experience or
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a good experience. Nothing too different, but it was definitely a good experience being able to get my name out there, being able to meet different people in a different city, networking with other people. It was definitely a great experience to see how the models and other photographers work down there.
okay? So there was a nice collaboration
Yeah,
actually.
definitely.
Okay, so let me ask also, how long have you been a photographer?
I've been in photography for 10 years.
10
Yeah,
years.
10
Wow.
whole years, but in fashion and beauty for 5 of those.
Okay, so what came first, fashion or beauty or photography?
Photography
Okay.
first,
So
yes.
what struck your interest as a photographer?
It
Well, what
was
struck your
just
interest in photography? I'm sorry.
it was the creative process. I would have to say, like I started off as a writer. I started off as a creative, and then naturally, as I got older, I gravitated towards photography. Really trying to figure out, what I liked, what I wanted to do, and once I picked up a camera, I knew I didn't want to put it down.
Okay, now that you're talking about cameras, let me go into that. What was the first camera that you ever purchased?
Oh my gosh. I jumped into photography right when digital was becoming more popular and film was going out, but I actually ended up purchasing a film camera. It was a Canon Rebel 50.
Okay.
And it was a great camera. I shot everything. The only thing I didn't do was fully learn how to develop film. But my first camera, Canon Rebel 50.
Okay, are you team Nikon or team Canon?
I am Team Canon all the way.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
started off with a Nikon.
No, I
Oh,
started off with
start
a
off.
Canon.
Okay, yeah, you started off with the
Started off with
Canon.
Canon, then
Okay, so
Canon.
you team Canon.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried to, get the feel of other cameras, or that was one that actually grabbed your attention and you knew that you would work with that throughout your journey?
Yeah, I actually haven't tried anything else. I've stayed on the Canon path my entire career. I'm just loyal to the brand. Like, it was my first camera.
Okay.
It was my first camera, and with those images, I grew. I learned who I was, and I just didn't want to, ditch the Canon and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, Canon. That's how me.
Okay, so you just said that with these images you grew. So tell me what kind of images that you take that made you grow as a person.
Well, as a photographer, as we all do, I started out shooting everything, like events, fashion, landscape, everything.
Okay.
But fashion was the only thing that really caught my attention. It was the only thing where I felt like I could really use my creative mind to portray what I wanted to portray, or to actually put something out there that was a part of me that I wouldn't put out there personally myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So.
And you have to find things that are a product of you, because if you just do things just to do it, it's just like you really don't have the interest or passion for it. You're just doing it just because. So when you find something that relates to you on that level, it's best to stick with it. So I'm glad that you went that route with that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So what was the first epic picture that you ever took with your camera?
Ooh, that's a
That's a
difficult
throwback.
question. Right.
That is a true throwback.
But if I would have to go back to the very first picture, the very first fashion picture I snapped, it was with my cousin. We were like in the woods behind my grandmother's house, and it just came out amazing. I honestly had no idea what the camera settings were at the time. I was researching on my phone and trying to set stuff at the same time. But once I got it and the image came out and I saw it on the computer, I was like, oh my gosh, it was one of the first fashion pictures I ever took.
You're like, oh my God, this is it. I am a photographer today. Today notes the day that I
Today.
am a photographer. So
Exactly.
it's magical.
Yeah.
Okay, that is awesome. So you have it here with Asha Brewster and Chris Tucker, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.
And we're back from the break, still here with Chris Tucker. And I wanted to touch bases on a follow-up question that we were talking about earlier. You were a flight attendant.
I was, yeah.
Okay, what made you leave your job as a flight attendant to do photography?
It was passion, just pure plain passion. While I was flying, I picked up a camera at that time, and it was just a little point and shoot. And I started shooting the clouds out of the window.
That's dope.
So, once
It's
I
weird,
figured
but dope.
right, but that little point and shoot, yeah, that's where it started, and my passion grew from there to make me want to go and buy the professional camera. But it was straight passion. That's all.
Okay, at that time that you were shooting the clouds, weirdo. Embrace the weirdo. I love being weird too.
You know what?
Did you have a camera at that moment, or were you using like a phone camera?
No, at that moment I was using a little cheap point and shoot that I bought from Walmart for like $45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just something I bought because I was traveling, so I bought something to kind of document that.
Document
And,
that.
Yeah.
The moments and your traveling.
Right, exactly. And then I started shooting clouds and figured out I wanted to buy a professional camera so the pictures would look better. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
how long did you continue to be a flight attendant before you decided to follow your passion as a photographer?
About a year.
A year? Okay, so within that year, you said also you bought a camera after that moment. So within that year, did you use the new camera you had to document the your traveling moves?
Not really. I continue to use the point and shoot. I use the new camera at home doing landscapes, mostly on the ground, stuff like that.
Landscapes on the ground. Okay, can you tell me a little more about landscapes? Because I'm not really.
Sure. Land it's just like mountains, you know, the rivers, valleys, deep valleys, meadows, anything like that.
So
you
that
know.
caught your interest at first?
At first, yeah.
Are you still doing landscape?
No, not at all. I figured out exactly what I wanted to do, yeah, and just went with that. I don't really enjoy doing anything else but fashion, beauty. Stuff like
Okay,
that.
well, at least you know what you want in life.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also did my research and I noticed on Facebook that you collab with a lot of agencies. Can you name a few agencies that you work with?
Well, I do. I work with Mika Model Management. She actually put out a notice on Facebook saying that she was looking for photographers, and I sent her my portfolio and told her that I had a professional book available for her to use, and she was like, I know your work, I would love to work with you, and she put me on her approved list of photographers. That's who I work with mostly. I'm also reaching out to JEA Model Management to work with some of their new faces, fresh faces.
Okay, are those agencies, are they local or global?
They are local.
Local.
Yeah,
So here in Memphis, Tennessee.
here in Memphis.
Okay, are you the MVP, VIP? Is it only for you or is it for everybody?
No, it's for everybody. They work with quite a few photographers. Yeah.
Okay, so out of those two agencies, which one would you say is your favorite to work with?
Mika Model Management is my favorite to work with. Absolutely.
Okay, you all created a bond and
Yeah, we
relationship?
built a great relationship. She goes out and scouts a lot of fresh faces in the Memphis and surrounding areas, and that's kind of what I specialize in, helping new models build their portfolios. So it's always a fresh face, always somebody new coming in, and the coaching is a specialty of mine too.
okay, coaching is a specialty of yours?
Coaching in front of the camera.
Okay, so who have you used as a muse? Like, who do you coach?
I've used Ashton. She was a Memphis model for a long time and relocated to Dallas.
Okay, so do you and her still have connections?
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever she comes home, we link up.
Okay, so are you helping her build her dream as well as yours, or you are now on two different paths?
No, we're absolutely still working together. Like I said, whenever she comes home, we link up. But I've definitely been helping her build her portfolio. Most of the images in her portfolio are from me.
Okay, so I also know that you like to create themes and you like to pick certain models for your theme with your friend. What is her name again?
Her name is Ashton.
Ashton. Have you used her for a certain theme?
For her particularly, we do a lot of natural shots.
Okay.
We don't do themes. We just come in. She just comes in and we create whatever we're feeling at the time.
So what inspired the theme movement?
It's just the creative process. Again, it's just the sitting down and figuring out how to put each piece together to make it coincide, to make it fit, to make the story consistent so that everybody understands when they look at it. They're like, oh, okay, this is Bad Girls, or oh, okay, this is a wedding theme. It has to be consistent, it has to be precise, and it's the planning.
Okay, so you're very adamant about the creativity of themes.
Yeah,
So you are a very creative person.
Yeah, I consider myself a creative person.
Okay. So does it work like with me, I'm creative, but I'm creative as in putting plans together, thinking of things. But when it comes to actually doing the finished product, I have to have someone to take over that. So are you good at all aspects, thinking of the theme and actually putting the theme to, in perspective?
Yeah, I think I am. From beginning to end, I kind of do all the planning and the execution. So,
Okay.
yeah, I think so. Of course, I do have a team to put everything together, but the planning and the styling mostly comes from me. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm learning something new because I didn't know that you had a team. So can you give me the names and descriptions of what your team does and consists of?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we talked about Raven, who was so generous to come in and do my makeup. Raven Shaw, she comes in and does hair actually and makeup. I work with Felicia Dye, who also does hair and makeup. April Pegram, who does hair. Plachette Liggins, who is a makeup artist. So I have quite a few ladies that I work with on a regular basis, and I love them. They are awesome.
Okay, we have gotten a lot of details and we're closing out this segment with the Style Center. And we're still here with Chris Tucker, and we're about to close and end the show. But before that happens, I want to ask you, do you have any upcoming themes that you need models for to fill that void?
I do, actually. I am planning an editorial called Black Girls in the 90s. That name may change, but it's definitely going to be based around that. I want to do 4 different models on location. I'm looking for natural models. So, yeah, that.
Okay, well, you have it here. Can you tell the audience where they can contact you and your location where you do your work?
Yeah, absolutely. You can contact me at via email at info@christuckerphotography.com. That's CRYS Tucker Photography. Or you can contact me via Facebook. That's the only place I will get a direct message. If you contact me on Facebook at Chris Tucker Photography.
Okay, do you have any other social media where they can contact you at?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Instagram at Chris Tucker Photography and Twitter at Chris Tucker Photo.
Okay, Chris Tucker, I am also curious, do the models have to book an appointment to set up and shoot with you, or do you allow walk-ins?
I definitely work by appointment. And for models looking to work with me particularly, you can email me at models@christuckerphotography.com.
Okay, models and potential models, I'm basically handing you a connection. So you can thank me later, but you're welcome. So if you want to get in contact with Chris Tucker, she gave you all of her social media information. And also, Chris Tucker, thank you for giving me this opportunity to actually get to know you on a more personal level.
Yeah,
and thank you all for tuning into the Style Center, where everything is captured.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.
Hello, I'm Lacarius Thomas, and welcome to the Style Center. Today I'm at the Cosmo Posh Hair Salon, and I'm joined by the owner, Miss Katrina. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, LaCarrie?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having us today.
Well, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Now, I want to just compliment you on the decor in the salon. When you come in, you get this glam, just old Hollywood feel.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind the decor of the Cosmo Posh Salon?
Well, the inspiration is actually with my clients. Every person that head I touch, it's great to have that experience.
Okay.
So that Hollywood feel that you come in and you see, that's what I want to make my clients look like when they leave the salon. Just making them feel all out Hollywood, spotlight, ready for the runway, and also whatever event they're going to.
Okay. Now, speaking of getting that Hollywood look and feel, what are some of the services you offer to give your clients that Hollywood glam feel?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because that brings into the line of what I have here, which is my hair extension line. Most of my clients who I do service actually like to have that Hollywood look, where it's not always the same look. It's something that they can always change up into. And that's the extension line, which I have samples here.
Yeah, show us some of what you have
Sure.
and tell us how they can get these hair extensions as well.
Well, this here is actually called Vietnamese, and it's a deep wave, loose wave, and we also have straight.
Okay.
Those are the loose wave extensions, and also here are the straight extensions.
Now, is this Vietnamese, is this Brazilian, or?
No, we only have Vietnamese.
Okay.
We also have Peruvian and also Cambodian.
Okay. Now, in your opinion, which is the best type of hair? Is it Brazilian, the Cambodian, the Peruvian, or is there really a difference? Is it more so the look you're going for?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question too, because a lot of my clients do come to that realization of which one is better fits their hair texture. And there are better brands, or actually a nicer brand that I would say. I prefer, myself, would be a Peruvian and also a Vietnamese, Cambodian. The Brazilian hairline is a thicker type, or more for those that have like a thicker texture of hair. So actually it depends on how that person will like their hairstyle. It also complements the textures for what they're going to be using that hair extension for.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, outside of your extensions, what other services do you offer? Do you offer services for natural hair as well?
We do. We provide all types of services, actually. The natural, we do chemical services, custom cuts, which are your shears or also your razor cuts. We also provide a lot of different varieties of styles that could be with color, also for children, and we do some braiding styles as well for naturals.
Okay. Now, with the naturals, someone who may be trying to go back natural, thinking about it, or they're transitioning, what's the good tip you would give them when going natural, or if they're just thinking about it, they're in the process and they're having a little difficult time as far as products they could use, or something that you could do to help them with that natural hair?
Well, first off, if you're looking to go natural, I suggest that you talk to your stylist first to recommend if that's going to be a good thing for you to do. Some curl patterns may not be suggestible for that natural style because they tend to may have like a very tight curl pattern. So they will have to kind of adjust to that look because sometimes they don't want that look and they don't know
They're
it.
thinking their hair is going to come out there
and it's going to be really
wavy,
nice,
and it's not.
And it's not. So I tend to want them to consult with their stylist, find out the best product because they having a problem with cocktailing products a lot, and that's not going to work for you because it worked for someone else. So definitely do that. Leave it up to your stylist. Don't try this at home because natural styling is something for a professional. Even though your natural is beautiful, but we want to make sure you have full of beauty when you leave the salon with your natural look.
Yeah, because I went natural a few years back, guys, and trust me, it's a feat. It's not for the faint at heart at all.
Exactly. So just leave it to us. We got you. We want to make sure that the products that we use, we make sure we put in the moisture, lock in for that natural curl pattern that you have, make it beautiful, and also style. Sometimes styling is always a hard job to do if you don't know how to naturally style your hair.
Now, we've touched on your extensions, we've touched on the natural hair movement. What is a hair trend that you've seen that's growing here in Memphis? What are your clients coming in asking for that's trending now?
Trending is mainly the going natural. the transitioning, sometimes with the short styles, like with myself,
Okay.
my hair actually was longer. So I end up cutting because I like the short style, being able to be versatile. I can go long or I can do short. That's one trending thing. The other, of course, like I said before, were your extensions.
Okay.
A lot of people are getting into wearing extensions because of that, to be versatile. They want to work out. If they don't want to deal with the hair,
Right.
if they want to go natural and just don't know how to do the natural styling, it covers as
It's a great protective. Okay.
Right. It's like preventing from you having to put thermal styling to natural hair. So it works a lot of different trends.
Okay. Now tell us, what's next for Cosmo Posh Salon and Posh Extensions? What can we look forward to from you guys next?
Well, the next thing that we're trying to do here at Cosmo Posh Salon is become really one of the all-service salons that you can go to in the city of Memphis. And not only just for city of Memphis, but hopefully expand throughout the tri-state area as well to become a brand.
Okay.
Just for anyone that may be entering into the city of Memphis, that we become like a celebrity type salon as well for your hair care. And also for a place where you can come in and do some teaching and learning and classes.
That would be great.
So we open our doors for every stylist, not just for the clients, but for stylists as well that would like to come in and get the knowledge, and also to take the knowledge out to maybe having in their salon where we all brand together.
Okay. So tell us how we can reach you. How can we book appointments? Where are you located? Just tell us how we can come get this glam, gorgeous experience here at the Cosmo Posh Salon.
Yes. Well, you can reach me actually here at the location locally at 3725 Riverdale Road, suite number 5. We're located right off of Winchester and Riverdale, very accessible to the interstate, which is 385. Or you can go onto social media, which is Instagram, it's Cosmo Posh Salon, or Facebook, where you can reach me at Posh Extensions. The cell phone number where you can reach me directly is 901-462-4120.
Thank you so much, Ms. Katrina. Guys, don't forget, visit Katrina and her staff here at Cosmo Posh Salon. Also, don't forget, if you need extensions, her brand Posh Extensions has you covered. Be sure to follow her on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Once again, I've been your host, Lakarius Thomas, and thank you for watching the Style Center. We'll see you guys next time.